Good? Everybody doing all right? Okay, Friday, red zone. Had a good day yesterday. So last little bit, get everything in game plan wise, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, with Amon-Ra, we get so used to his production. It's like every week that maybe fans, media, maybe sometimes takes it for granted. Just how important of a piece is he to this football team and to this offense? And how much do you appreciate the game he had last week dealing with some of the things that he was dealing with the illness and the blisters and some of the other things?
Yeah, what you said, you don't. He is so steady. I mean, his production is always there. His reliability is always there. And so, we don't ever want to take him for granted. He's a guy that's able to do multiple jobs. He can play multiple positions. He's got a vast route tree. He's tough. He's a blocker. He's got run after catch. So the guy does everything for us. He's one of the reasons that our offense is able to go. I mean, he's one of the biggest pieces of it. So, he's a self-made man. I mean, he puts in the work every day at practice, every day pre-game or pre-practice, post-practice. I mean, he does. He puts it in and he improves every day.
Monday, you mentioned medical evaluation, getting him healthy for DPJ. He never appeared on an injury report for Cleveland. Was that a rib injury he picked up in his last game in Cleveland? Where did that come up?
Yeah, he had a little something that came up there. But obviously we did the physical and everything, and we felt like there was nothing that was severe. And we want to get him up to speed anyway with what we're doing offensively. So, look, he's been practicing, and he's looked pretty good. And then, we'll make a decision on whether we bring him or not, or activate him or not, I should say, over the next day or so.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for to see to make that decision?
I think more than anything, it'll be talk to him, talk to Elle, talk to Ben, and just kind of gather all the facts and see where we're at. I want to make sure he's comfortable too. I do. So, we have that luxury right now. We're pretty good in the receiver room, so we'll see.
The offensive line position too, all those spots right now. But you guys have dealt with a lot of injuries over the years. How close is Big V to being able to contribute again, I guess?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't see him practicing today either. So, we'll see where he's at, and how he feels. But we got everybody. Feels like we have everybody back. Frank and Jonah both look good. And obviously the other three are in a good spot. So, we're back to full strength right now.
From afar, it looks like Eckler's one of the hardest guys in the league to actually take down. How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, he is. He's tough. He's got a low center of gravity. He's quick. He's got strength. He's a dangerous screen runner, route runner out of the backfield, his run after catch. So, I think he's another one of those guys. Honestly, it's population of the football. Man, the first guy arrives, and if you can't get him down, well, you need to hold him up while the cavalry shows up. So that's really guys like that are explosive, man. Population of the football.
When you speak to guys in the locker room, it seems like they have a high level of respect for Nate Sewell. When you named him a captain this year, I guess in what areas have you seen him grow in that aspect? We always saw production, but it seemed like he's more vocal a little bit this year. From your perspective, what areas have you saw him grow as a leader for the team?
Yeah, I think he's gotten every year more comfortable. As you grow and you're comfortable with not only your own abilities, but where you fit in the team itself. They get a feel of you, and you understand who they are. And I think if you're a guy like him, your voice gets a little louder. You feel compelled to step up. And look, you said the team named him. And that's why they voted him captain, and so that you can see that's where he's grown. He is much more comfortable, and he leads by the way that he plays, but also by the words that he speaks too. He's very much, he's kind of an energy guy for us. He brings attitude to what we are offensively. To me, collectively, man, you think of that old line we've got, guys like him, and then on the perimeter, guys like Saint. That's who we are. That's our attitude.
After having the bye and now having to travel across the country, it's that waiting period, the preparation period. What's the message to the guys after salivating and wanting to get back to football and having to make that cross-country flight and to stay patient but stay focused?
Yeah, I think they'll be good. Look, I think they're going to enjoy this. They get to kick their feet up on the plane. It'll be a nice trip. Have fluids, take a nap, watch a movie, look at your playbook. So I think they'll be good. I think we will have put in a good week of work. This will be a trip that I believe they're looking forward to. And then you wake up at your leisure Sunday and we go play. So I think we'll be good.
This midway point of the season is obviously wildly different than the last two seasons here. How do you evaluate just where this team is now as you guys are ready to get the second half started?
I think a little bit what I said last week. We've been able to earn 6 wins up to this point after 8 games, and now we're not guaranteed 6 more wins. Playing the way that we played on the first half, we have to get better. We have to. Say it every year. There's teams that are jockeying for these spots, and what happens? Some of these teams that look pretty good right now begin to fall. And then some of these other teams will start. They'll start rattling off some wins. So we have to improve, and I believe we can. I said this. We still have not put a complete game together with all 3 phases in one game. We've complemented, but so that's what we have to do.
Very good in the second half of your first 2 years. So what was the key to that? And
I'm sorry, say it again.
Just you guys have been a very good second half team the first 2 years that you've been here. So what was the key to that, and maybe why teams that are successful doing that? Why is it other than just continuing to get better? Maybe it's that simple?
No, I think it is that simple. It's about improving. You just got to improve. I said this before. I mean, we 2017 at New Orleans. We started the year 0-2, and we were written off for dead even after just 2. But and what people didn't understand is we knew we were getting better, even though we had lost. And it was a little bit that way last year. Yeah, we were losing, but every game, man, we were doing some things so much better, and we were so close. And so it really is about improving. And so as long as you stay focused on that and you identify what you want to improve on, and make sure it's better the next week and the next week and the next week, then there again, you should be playing your best ball by the end of the year. So.
Consistency is something that every NFL player is searching for. Just looking at Herbert's career, it's remarkably consistent from the time he got in here, year after year after year. The statistics are kind of on the same plane. So what is it about him that makes him so difficult for defenses, your defense in particular, to defend?
Well, I'll just start with this, man. Any quarterback that's had the consistency he has, number one, he's got ability, all right? He's a smart guy, but man, he's got it. He's wired right. He's tough. He can he can read the field very well. I know they can put a lot on his plate. The runs, the checks, the audibles. And he's highly competitive. So it's usually if you have all those traits, it's hard not to be a pretty good player. Those aren't easy to find. They're not easy to find. I think that's one of the reasons our guy's been pretty good. Here, man, he's wired right. He's pretty tough. He's resilient. He's smart. And usually that leads to pretty consistent play.
You mentioned off the top Friday being a red zone day. I know you, Ben, and Aaron have all talked about that being an area you guys wanted to improve. You excited to see how they respond to practice today and some of the improvements that you guys have made on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, it'll be important. Today will be important. It's very much about the opponent and what we have in game plan wise to attack them, but ultimately it's about the way that we handle that, the way that we execute, the speed at which we do it, the precision, everything tightens down there. There's not as much space, and so the ball's got to come out faster. You got to get your eyes on it a lot quicker. You got to make some fearless catches. And certainly you got to be able to run the ball, play pass, things of that nature. That it really requires timing. And at the very least, just don't shoot yourself in the foot. That's at the very least, right? No sacks, no turnovers. Bill used to say no sacks, no turnovers, no exotic snap counts. So we may use exotic snap counts, but
Just a fun one then. Are you going to Metallica tonight?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make that.
I know, I mean, everybody knows kind of you're a big fan. Can you, Fip was talking about this the other week, just he likes the stories, and that's why he likes some of the music he likes. What is it about Metallica or that band, metal, that you really like?
I don't, from the time I was young, I had a couple of cousins that, they played the guitar. They'd come see us. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, dirt roads, and here they come with the electric guitar, and he, and they loved Metallica, and they played all of them back in the day, and so that's where I began to really love them. And then over time, they just stood the test of time, right? One of these bands that just, they always, I guess, reinvent themselves, right? They never get stale, they never get old. They just adapt, adjust, and just keep putting out hits, and I love that. I respect that. What's that? I'm not a roadie.